Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the reliability of my 2015 Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. Hit that subscribe button and show your support to my channel. My channel has grown a lot and it's all thanks to you guys for your continuous support. The goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers, so let's see if we can make it happen. Also, be sure to check out my second channel where I drive and film roads using my Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. I'm blessed to live in a beautiful province with amazing scenery, so I love to film it and discover new areas as well. So make sure to check it out if you're into it. Let's get right into the video, shall we? So is the Lincoln MKZ Hybrid reliable? In short, yes. And let me tell you all about it. It hasn't been a trouble-free ride, as many of my older followers know, but it has been the most reliable car I've ever owned. My car is a 2015 and it has over 360,000 kilometers on it, which is just over 226,000 miles. That's quite a bit, but not as much as some MKZ Hybrid owners still running on the original transmission, engine, and hybrid high voltage battery. That being said, let me talk about what's underneath the hood. Underneath the hood we have a 2-liter port-injected Atkinson cycle engine. This engine, being port-injected, already brings it a step higher in terms of reliability. There's less carbon buildup on the intake valves, so you don't have to do those expensive walnut blasts every 70,000 kilometers or so. Ford has moved to multi-port injection system now in their 3.5 EcoBoost engines, but engines like the 2-liter turbo and the 3-liter twin turbo found in the MKZ has gasoline direct injections, and not necessarily the best for long-term reliability without proper maintenance, which of course will cost you a lot of money, of course. In an Atkinson cycle engine, the intake valves stay open longer, some air flows back out, and there's lower compression pressure. All this means that there's less stress on the pistons, connecting rods, and crankshaft, and that right there is the recipe for longevity. Plus, the engine has help from the electric motors as well, so even under full throttle, the engine has some sort of help, so it doesn't have to work as hard. Think of a car engine as a human body. If we are constantly under high stress, we start to develop problems in our body. One thing will lead to another, and we will eventually need some serious medical attention, but most often it leads to a shorter lifespan. This is the same concept for car engines as well. The Atkinson cycle engine sleeps well, works efficiently, and doesn't overexert itself, which means less wear, fewer breakdowns, and longer life. It's okay to be under high stress, because usually high stress, high reward. But you'll need to take care of yourself, take breaks, eat healthy, and this is the same when you buy a turbo or supercharged vehicle. You know the engine is under high stress. You need to take care of it. Oil changes, intake cleaning, and proper care for the turbos, and many more. A lot of people, they don't know this, so it's very tough. Another big thing I want to mention about this engine is that it produces less heat than a regular engine. One reason being is that the engine is not on all the time. It only comes on when the hybrid battery is low or when you need extra power to accelerate. That is why in winter months the fuel economy is not the best. I mean, you won't get the 44 miles per gallon as advertised because the engine will stay longer to heat up the cabin if you're using the heater. However, since I did a lot of highway driving when I first got this vehicle back in 2019, the valve cover gasket needed to be replaced twice. The first time, just the gasket was replaced, but the tech did a poor job, so I had to end up replacing the whole valve cover gasket itself. Since the engine was on for most of my highway commutes, the engine produced more heat, so it wore out the valve cover gasket, which is why I ended up replacing it. Not an issue now, but this is something you need to know about how an engine works. The more heat it produces, the more chances of things wearing out. Moving on, I know many people complain and worry about CVT transmissions, and there is a reason for that. Nissan and Infiniti really ruined the reputation for CVT reliability. But don't be afraid, the Lincoln MKZ doesn't use a Nissan CVT transmission. Unlike the Nissan CVTs, the MKZ's CVT transmission has a planetary gear set, electric motor generator, and a simple gear reduction. The electric motors is what initially launches the car, so the engine doesn't have to work as hard, and this puts less strain on the gear, making a very reliable CVT transmission, and is on par with Toyota and Lexus's CVTs. In fact, the MKZ uses the Aisin eCVT power split transmission, also found in the Toyota Camrys, so you know it's going to be a solid unit. Anyways, the rest of the car, well, it has its common issues such as the heated, cooled seat pigtail melting due to high heat, and rust along the door sills. And now this is where people choose to buy a hybrid from Toyota or Lexus because you'll get a reliable hybrid system plus a well put together car inside and out. With the Lincoln MKZ Hybrid, you get a reliable hybrid system on par with Toyota and Lexus, but you get a mediocre build quality for the rest of the car. I don't mind that at all because for me, I get to work on my own car and it keeps me busy. I really like to learn how things work and function, so this is a great opportunity for me. Plus, I really do not like the way Toyota and Lexus hybrids look, especially the Lexus ES. The ES just looks really weird and unattractive in my eyes. I really tried to like that vehicle, but no can do. The Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid looks amazing, but I would never trust the complexity of that vehicle being both supercharged and turbocharged and has a hybrid system. That's some scary stuff out of warranty. The MKZ fits the bill perfectly. It's a good looking car and fairly reliable. If you want to learn more about common issues regarding the Lincoln MKZ Hybrid, check out the description below as I've listed some reliability videos regarding the MKZ. That's going to be it for today's video, folks. Hope you all enjoyed and see you all next time.